Herring gulls or seagulls can live up to 40 years, and they have a problem with eating plastic. We'll talk about that and other fun seagull facts while I sketch this little bird. So let's just turn the page and get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:30. Look at that flickering camera again. It is 5:30 in the morning on is it Friday morning? It is Friday morning. That's fantastic. I don't know how to tell which camera is flickering, but we need to solve that problem because it's ugly. Is it this one? Or is it this one? It is that one. All right, hang on a second. On Friday mornings, I like to do a little thing where that's got it solved. I like to do a little thing where I pull a random toy out of the toy box and draw it a random object out of the Random Object Randomogrifier, if you will, and draw it and talk about it. And the really fun thing about that is that I do it every day at 5:30 in the morning. So you may just want to go ahead and set that notification bell so you don't miss any of them. But today's fun random object is a herring gull. And I looked at all different kinds of information about them except why they are called a herring gull and not just a seagull. Because I thought they were just seagulls. It looks like a seagull to me. Right? It looks like a seagull to me. All I know about them is they will steal your sandwich and your french fries if you don't remain vigilant on the beach with your food. We used to feed them off the balcony when we would go on vacation. We would feed them off the balcony, and I never understood why the hotel and apartment owners would be mad about that.
They're named after the herring fish.
They're named after the herring fish. Apparently they like to steal the fish.
As a significant part of their diet.
I have a research assistant. When I ask questions, she is way better than any of the others that you can invoke by saying their names. The spirit of the interwebs can be invoked by saying the name of the search engine. My research assistant is better than that. It's my mother. If you can't tell, that's my mother.
Here's Claudia.
Good morning, Claudia. We are both suffering the effects of the nice weather here, going from 30 degrees to 70 degrees and then back to 30 degrees for several days in a row. Let's see, how much more pencil do I want to do? I think I've got enough stray pencil marks there. I need to zoom in on some ink here. Did I say good morning, Claudia? I feel like I said good morning, Claudia. I feel like I said good morning, Rick. I may have thought about saying good morning to Rick and then immediately got caught up by the flickering lights. And forgot to actually say good morning to Rick. But it's not because I didn't intend to. I didn't intend to slight Rick. I hope everybody's having a great day. Claudia, Rick, I hope you guys are doing great today. It is Friday. That's exciting to me. As much as I enjoy having a day job, I'm already looking forward to having weekends off. herring gull here, who apparently is named after the fish that they eat, is, it's a seabird. They've got some unique traits, like the fact that they tap dance for food. They'll land on the ground and tap dance to trick bugs into thinking that it is raining, and make them come out of the ground and then eat them. That's a pretty unique thing. I always thought that the dance was just to attract a mate. That is how I use that dance. Is to attract a mate.
That's a kind of working like drinking water.
That's right. You learn to appreciate your time off. Doesn't mean anything to you if you don't have anything to do. But if you have something to do, you can appreciate it more when you have time off. When you have time off from something, as opposed to just not having anything to do. I agree with that. They have little saltwater glands right above their eyes. Most animals, if they drink salt water, will die of dehydration because the salt water will pull the fresh water out of their system. But these guys have a gland above their eye that will remove the salt, and it will trickle back down and drip off the end of their beak. And it allows them, they prefer fresh water, but it allows them to drink the salt water. I always wondered, I'm pretty sure albatross have the same thing. I always wondered how seabirds manage to go so long at sea and not be anywhere near fresh water. And that is apparently how they do it. Of course, the time back when I wondered such things, there was no real way to find out, just to pick up your telephone and ask it. And so the age of questioning had passed. But now that I'm researching stuff like this every day, the age of questioning has returned. I refer to the age of questioning. There's an age around 10 to 12 years old when you question everything and remember that you questioned everything, but then you stop questioning everything. And the things you learned in that time period become the facts that you believe for the rest of your life, whether they were right or wrong. They influence all the rest of your decisions. Like finding out that, but like being told that Brachiosaurus lived underwater and they use that nose on top of their head like a snorkel. You learn that kind of stuff when you're 10 to 12 years old, and that stuff sticks with you. And you never really ask that question again until you have kids, and your kids are like, why do Brachiosaurus have a snorkel? And you tell them, oh, it's because they live underwater. No, they don't. But you never asked again. Never even occurred to you to ask again. How do the seabirds drink seawater? Well, they have a special gland over their nose. They wait for rain. No, they have a special gland over their nose, over their eyes. Just never asked again. I may have rushed this to get to my favorite part. I'm going to surprise you guys with some information here. But I know this is going to shock you. This is my favorite part. And I may have rushed a little bit to get to this part.
Just about made Ivy faint last night.
I know Ivy almost fainted last night when I told you this secret, but this is my favorite part. She was just shocked. All the years we've been friends, she never had any idea. It's like she didn't even know me, she said. What's Claudia saying? Or I am 10. Yeah, or you're 10 and you think you know everything already. Yeah, that's the other thing that happens. is you hit that age where you think you know everything. You don't. It's not cool to ask questions anymore, so you quit asking questions because you think you know everything. That's true too.
There's nothing smarter than to call me overweight.
Well, I tell you what, I heard that. I like the sign that says "Teenagers, move out now while you know everything." Speaking of which, herring gulls take 4 years to mature. From hatching to sexual maturity, it takes 4 years. They're born with this mottled brown fur, or the first fur feathers. The first feathers they grow are these mottled brown feathers, and then it takes them 4 years to mature into these sleek gray and white animals that we're accustomed to. And that's significant because what that means is that they're a lot like the megafauna that are struggling with their breeding. It takes them too long to reproduce. When they encounter things that affect their population, they can't reproduce fast enough to counter it. And that is a significant problem among the ancient animals, and these are ancient animals. These are dinosaurs. It is a significant problem among the animals that have if the animals take a long time to reproduce, they're not adapting well to the new hunting environment. And these guys are suffering that exact problem. They were almost hunted to extinction in the 1800s for hats. The ladies' hats industry, the milliners, were hunting for these things for their hat feathers. The eggs were being sold as exotic eggs worldwide. Almost hunted to extinction for hats. But that stopped. They made it illegal. That stopped. And then we started having open trash dumps, and our fish industry kicked off, and we had a lot of waste from the fish industry, and these things responded to that very well. They just exploded in population at that point. That was a super abundant food source for them. They were very happy to see our waste products, especially the seafood market. I just love that part. Let me dry that real quick and we'll come back.